In America, there are people who support the Constitution and founding documents, and there are others who despise traditional America. The one thing that's always been in the way of the Marxists, socialists, communists, and liberal progressives is the Second Amendment. Our founding fathers saw these tyrants coming over 200 years away, which is why they wrote the Second Amendment. We've been fighting battles to protect and preserve our right to keep and bear for decades, and we finally found ourselves winning in court. We had the Heller case, the McDonald case, and most recently the Bruen case. Now, Bruen is especially important because it talks about historical tradition. So what's historical tradition? Well, what it means is any current or future gun law must relate directly to an historic gun law if one exists. And when we talk about gun laws being historic, we're talking about during the days of our founding. In other words, the tyrants living among us, namely Democrats, cannot create situations to justify new and unique gun laws. The gun grabbers are shaking in their boots because they understand that this has the potential to undo practically every gun law in America. Judge Clarence Thomas has created this new precedent as a way of saying, sorry, DEMS, the Bill of Rights is not fluid. It's not something you can manipulate and change as you see fit or as it fits your political agenda. So your so-called assault weapons fear campaign will need to be shut down. Your magazine capacity restrictions, gone. Your so-called sensitive locations, they don't exist. And the requirement of me to ask you permission to exercise my God-given right, not going to happen anymore. You want to violate my Fourth Amendment by searching my social media and private messages so you can decide if I'm of good moral character before you allow me to carry a gun? I don't think so. So what's a good communist like Joe Biden to do when he understands that he can't control people? What's a person like appointed Governor Kathy Hochul, who thinks she's the boss of everyone, to do when New Yorkers laugh in her face as she kicks and screams because she can't get her way? What are Democrats in general to do when they see real Americans taking back the spirit of their country and control of their country? Well, they demonize their political opposition, of course, call them terrorists, call them racists and supremacists. They do anything they can to destroy the character of traditional Americans, God-worshiping Americans, real Americans. An example of this would be from an article in Washington Times exposing Joe Biden for pressuring the FBI to fabricate extremist and white supremacist cases. Why would Democrats want to do this? Well, so they could put their political opposition on the FBI watch list and put real Americans in a position where their rights don't exist. These are the people we've allowed to run our government. But what happened? The FBI actually accused the Biden administration of pressuring agents to create false domestic terrorist and racist extremist situations. Now, will the FBI defy the American Communist Party? Don't bet on it. We know it's political, and we know that their intentions are not to preserve freedom. Their intentions are to take away freedom for their own selfish power. Remember, our founding fathers knew these people would be coming along. They understood how evil people function. That's why the Second Amendment was written. I'm Dan Wass. Thanks for watching this Good Gun, Bad Guy bullet point. Like, subscribe, and share with those who need to see it. And remember, the Second Amendment is not a privilege, it's your right.